Welcome to Never Shut Up. It's your boy Marcellus Wiley. Oh, I can hear y'all thoughts right now. Man, y'all ain't right. Yeah, y'all caught me slipping. I ate bad last night and it shows. Are y'all just like me? As soon as you eat bad, you can feel it, or at least your mind tells you that, yo, you look a little fatter. I mean, psychosomatic for real. I wake up the next morning immediately like, why'd you smash the whole bag of Cheetos, man? It's crazy. So we're going to have an amazing show. Y'all know how we do. But first, we start off with what's up with that dude? Well, right now, I am the CEO and the founder of a germ factory that is called my home. Yes, my daughters are playing tag with a 24, 48-hour code right now. So little Livy had it first, and she just walks around. She's very intimate when she talks, like right in your face, like, hi, Daddy. And she did that at her birthday party, and she brought something home more than just gifts. So then she had it, gave it to her sister. So now, yeah, I'm telling y'all going to see some little ashy feet coming in here. It's going to be a 3-year-old or 4-year-old because they're both at home right now living in this germ factory. What else is happening? Oh, last night, since I'm a coach of the Clippers, yes, my youth basketball team, and my son obviously is on my team, we had our draft. So this is our second season at this division. He's one of the younger kids. If y'all know youth sports, he's at the bottom of the division, which is like, okay, you playing against big boys, older boys. Last season, he was preseason ranked #1 overall in the draft. Then we played the season. And we saw in the championship game, the game we lost, there was a kid who was about a foot taller than my son and who could Euro step. And this boy was sick with it. I mean, he was out there hitting threes. It was crazy. We lost to that team, obviously. So now I'm coming into this draft. I'm like, all right, where are they going to rank my son now? #2 overall. Only to that one kid who's not only a year older, but 3 feet taller. So I'm like, yeah, MJ, I can't wait till next year, but I ain't getting too far ahead of myself. MJ's a little baller out there. So that was fun. Y'all never going to guess who my assistant coach is. Jesse Buss. Yes. This year we're going to work together, man. That's the homie. I've known him for years. And Jesse Buss, one of the owners of the Lakers, and his son are going to actually be on our team. And people are already saying, yo, that's unfair. Like, you got a real pro scout, pro owner on your team, and you used to play ball, but hey, I ain't won a championship in basketball yet, so y'all shut y'all mouths. All right, other than that, I'm going to hit you with this. All good. My former agent, Nick Kahn, used to always text that when he had some news to tell me, especially when it was good. He was like, all good. Because you know, if somebody hits you, you be like, yo, what's up? What's wrong? My wife got into a fender bender today. Actually, all 4 fenders, like front tire, back tire. Like, you should see the car. It's kind of messed up, but she's okay. Really bad weather out here in LA. The rain, obviously. Somebody didn't stay in their lane, couldn't see, whatever it may be. She says she hit the middle median and the side off ramp. So, man, thank God, blessed in this house that my wife's okay. Even though we got a germ factory and my wife walking around here, my neck and my back, we are still okay. All right, let's get into this show right now. And let's talk about something that, to me, that is really impressive. And it's about success and longevity. Let's talk about my man, Calais Campbell, who just signed a 1-year deal with the Atlanta Falcons, reported by Ian Rappaport of Columbia University. He's younger than me, so I ain't know him back then. That's the homie now. All right, 6-time Pro Bowler. We know who he is. He's still a presence. He still makes plays. He ain't just a locker room space. He ain't just a veteran presence that say, hey, y'all need to go to bed and, hey, respect curfew. He actually still goes out there and makes plays. Why I want to talk about this story? Because a lot of people ask me, man, what are the keys to success in making it in pro sports? Not just success, but longevity. Let's talk through that. First, it starts with resistance, rest, and recovery. And I started with resistance. That means you got to put in some work. Work out, the gym. You got to put in some work. On the track, put in some work. You got to do all the specialized training for your position. And you always have to train based off of what the actual effort is. Don't train to just get a base. Train specifically for what you have to do. And exaggerate, go to the extremes of that training. So therefore, when you're out there, it's going to be within your comfort zone. But you got to put in the work. Then you got to rest. You got to recover. That's the part Most people forget. They only work, 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 and they forget about the recovery. Without the recovery, you don't get stronger. You break your body down when you work hard, when you resist, train. When you need to recover, you need to rest. And that's how you get bigger, faster, stronger. Diet, obviously, you can't just eat anything. Now, different strokes for different folks. Some cats could pound some liquor, hit a black on you, and then some Cheetos, and still have a six-pack and still ball out. But those are the exceptions to the rule. You are what you eat, as they say, especially in pro sports. Last thing is prehab. I didn't say rehab. I know what I said. Prehab. Like before you get hurt, make sure you're doing exercises, especially with your smaller muscle groups, to make sure, or at least give you the best chance that you won't get injured, right? A lot of guys wait till they get hurt, and then all of a sudden, oh, what should I do? Well, there are some exercises that give you the best opportunity and chances to not get hurt. Make sure you do all those little ones. Usually those are the ones we say that they do in yoga class, Pilates class, what the ladies do in those Lululemon and Aloe pants. That's the stuff you got to do before you get hurt, or you're going to get hurt. Now, let's get a little technical about it. I grew up in the old school era of DN, where you had to be 280 and play the run and then go rush the passer. Here's some simple playing the run techniques. When I played butt and bench, that means you would headbutt somebody and bench press them. Headbutt them, bench press them. And then it's a read. Why I got you locked out? Where's the ball? Shed and clear. Shed and clear. Find the ball. That was how you played the run when I played. Now, they shoot the hands more. They don't put their head into that, especially Calais with his long-ass arms. Wow, and you way on the other side of the field, right? Shoot those arms, read, shed. That's how you play the run. What about the pass? Well, it all starts with your get-off, really, and your attack angle. So your get-off, Bruce Smith taught me this. You don't look at the ball in its entirety. You look at the bottom tip of the ball, because if you see a ball right here, what moves first? The bottom tip, right? And that pinky. So you got to have that peripheral. One eye on the bottom tip of that ball, one eye ahead looking at that offensive tackle. Get to your attack position. Try to pick a spot, but mainly cut him in half and attack that outer half and have a move with a counter move, right? I'm going to do my move. It's going to be my rip, but I'm also going to spin off of it if he attacks that. Next thing you know, all pass rush moves are won in leverage up top by getting the hands and wrists, and down low when you clear those hips. So you got to become a dancer. You got to be like Bruce Smith and those guys. You got to be able to turn your hips 90 degrees while you're still attacking them straight up. Crazy, right? All of that is happening and still occurring for now the 17-year veteran Calais Campbell, man. Salute to him with that level of success and longevity. And he got 99 career sacks. Double me plus some. Boy out there beasting. Respect to your greatness. Coming up next on Never Shut Up. Oh, man, it's time to talk about Bradley Beal. One of y'all fans got under his skin, and they had to go at it. And it didn't end well for Bradley Beal. Let's talk through this next on Never Shut Up on Brinks TV. And Reach TV, yay, yay! Little cube in me today. Welcome back to Never Shut Up. It's your boy, Marcellus Wiley. About to dive into this story right now with NBA star, yes, paid baller, Bradley Beal, who is under police investigation over a post-game incident with y'all, with fans. All right, let's talk about it. Washington Wizards shooting guard Bradley Beal, three-time NBA All-Star beast, under police investigation because he got into it with some hecklers at a game last week. Complaint against Beal was lodged, according to the Orlando Police Department, roughly 24 hours after the basketball player was involved with a spat with two fans. Oh, y'all try to double team him? Try to double team the homie? Following his team's 10-point loss to the Magic in Florida. Always happens in Florida, doesn't it? The dispute between Beal and the fans arose right after the 29-year-old Hooper was walking down a tunnel to the Wizards locker room, minding his own business, at the Amway Center, that's what they call it. One of the guys in the group yelled at Beal, "You fucked me out of $1,300, you fuck." Yeah, I just cursed. Sorry, mama. Wow. Beal in turn hit him with that old dog turn. What you say about my mama? He hit him with that. And then he turned and said, knocked the hat off of one of the guys in response to the heckler. Whoa. Beal and the fans, they start going back and forth. And he called the comments disrespectful. These are the things that the fans are saying they're hearing. He said, "Keep it a buck. I don't give a fuck about none of your bets or your parlays, bro. That ain't why I play the game." Rah! He hit him with that. Okay. Things were tense between Beal and the group. Men exchanging a flurry of words before the Wizards star was ushered into the locker room without further incident. Hope y'all seen this. All right, the jawing back and forth lasted about 50 seconds, and then he dipped. All right. Now, after that, the alleged victim contacted police, and they met the following day. The fan told police Beal when he hit him in the head while he swatted the cap. So, you thought you just hit my cap, my beat. You hit me in the head as well. Cops took a report for battery and then began investigating. Oh, man. They saw the cell phone incident of it. They looked for some surveillance videos. They couldn't find that because they were off camera, et cetera, et cetera. Now, they said there's probable cause to charge Beal with simple battery, and charges will be filed at large with the state attorney's office. Okay. Let's get into this because y'all can see we got a lot of lanes we could go. All right, the first one I'm going to say, if this was my family involved, this was my son coming, whether he's the heckler or whether he's Bradley Beal, but especially if he's Bradley Beal. Remember, my son is number 2 overall draft pick. I would say to him, look, don't let anyone tilt your crown. Yes, sounds like a Wileyism. It might be one, but never when you walking out, let anybody tilt your crown. I say this to my wife a lot because, especially my wife being a person who she is, she takes a lot of hits at times. People want to, excuse me, can you take a picture with Marcellus for me? And Marcellus, like, she kind of gets forgotten at times. That's going to change going forward. But she's always been a person that has responded to people. She's more emotional than me, right? A little thinner skinned than me. So she takes these hits. Girls talk about her, whatever it may be. She reads articles about me and she's like, "Oh, they not saying good stuff, Daddy." I'm like, "Look, Mama, it don't matter." But she wears it, right? And I always tell her, don't let anyone tilt your crown. Don't let anyone get to you like that. Bradley Beal, you walking into a locker room. You walking into the tunnel. You just played the game that you love to play. You're playing a child's game, you're an adult. You're getting paid handsomely to do it. Don't let anyone tilt your crown. And because then you get into this conversation of who's really holding your remote control. Obviously, it's your remote control, so you should be holding it. But somebody else grabbed hold of it, changed your channel. You were walking into a tunnel. You were with your teammates. You were in the NBA just chilling, having a great time, whether it's a win or a loss, it's still your dream. And somebody went, choop. Now come up here and talk to me about my $1,300 bet that I placed on you. Oh yeah, superstar. Oh yeah, guy who's living out his dream. You let somebody change the channel like that and then turned up the volume. Now he turned it up so much that the noise is going to get you filed charges against, right? Come on, man. You can't let people do this to you, right? So fans, we know they will cross the line. And they cross the line because fan is short for fanatic. And if you're a fanatic, guess what? You also are probably a habitual line stepper. Now, I ain't talking physically. Like a lot of fans stay in line. 99% of the fans will just yell stuff, shout stuff. Orally, they are crossing the line. But physically, they stand in their seats. They just pounding some beers, talking some noise, hanging with their family, right? Most fans are going to be right here. But let me tell you from my fan experience, because when I retired, one of my goals and dreams was just to be a normal fan. Season ticket holder at the Chargers games. I got 2 rows, 4 seats each for me and my family and friends, right? And I didn't want a suite. I didn't want to sit protected. I wanted to be right there where if you spill your beer, you hit me on the shoulder. All right, big dog, I get it. You were having fun too, right? But in the fan experience, it's completely different than what the players think it is. Let me tell you this. When you're on the field, this is what happens. You're hearing, you made a play. We made a play. We scored a touchdown. You hear cheers. Or you hear, boo, and y'all messing up, right? Y'all giving up points. Y'all letting them drive up and down the field on you, right? But let me tell you what that same cheer and boo sounds like when you're in the stands. A cheer sounds like, oh, Wiley is the shit. I love Wiley. Man, damn Wiley. Whoa, where they get him from? That dude's a beast, can't be stopped, right? That's a cheer in the stands. But on the field, not lying to y'all. Here's a boo when you're in the stands as a fan. This motherfucker, damn, he sucks. Why did we pick him up? He can never do anything, can't make a play. Then you get on the field, boo. So it's crazy when you cross that line because we always talk about fans crossing the line. But when players get an opportunity to actually hear what y'all are really saying beyond the drowning of the cheers and boos, that's when players start to lose it. And in NBA especially because they are closer to their fans. Also because it's indoor most of the time. I mean, all the time, I should say. And most of the time it is for football, like some of the time. And they're like, yo, I hear this dude. This ain't just a cheer and a boo. This fool coming at my neck. And especially after a game, Bradley Beal was just like, dog, we lost. I ain't trying to hear that. But don't let them tilt your crown, big dog. So I learned a lot from that incident, and it just took me back to incidents that I had to make sure I kept my composure when I did at times hear fans go crazy. Craziest thing a fan ever did to me was throw a snowball at me, and it had a battery in it. Or at least I saw a battery on the ground when the snowball exploded. Look, I can't even say that it was in there, right? Allegedly. But in reality, I got smacked in the helmet, and I was like, yo. I live in Buffalo. I live in San Diego. I know what a snowball feels like, right? And guess what? This is where I think I was with the Chargers, so I already had been a Buffalo Bill. And I'm like, yo, that hurt. And I looked on the ground, snowball exploded, little battery right there. I was like, what the hell? Y'all doing too much in Philly. So, hey, man, y'all know the rules out here. Make sure when you're out, don't let nobody grab your remote. Coming up next on Never Shut Up, oh, my man, Charles Barkley and Michael Jordan. Interesting. We have some comments from them, Charles Barkley in particular, which makes me think everyone says this generation is soft. But were them old heads sensitive and soft too? Let's talk about it next on Never Shut Up, Brinks TV and Reach TV. Welcome back to Never Shut Up. It's your boy Marcellus, Wiley, recovering from that snowball 2 decades ago that hit me with that battery. I mean, come on, man. That was wild. Oh, man, speaking of wild, this topic is kind of wild as well. I know this is some barbershop talk. And when I walk in the barbershop, he looking at me like I ain't no money. He like, dog, what I'm going to do with that? I'm like, nothing. I'm just here for the conversation. I'm in and out as soon as y'all start talking crazy as well. But I love the barbershop. A lot more entertainment than education, but hey, we'll balance it out. Let's talk through this story that came from the 60 Minutes interview with Charles Barkley that made so much noise. But there were reports from that interview, especially by my boy Jay Williams, that said, it's interesting that Charles Barkley and Michael Jordan don't talk anymore, because Charles alluded to that and was discussing that, right? And then he hit the nail on the head saying, why don't they talk? And I know this conversation is going to get us all in our comments, in our feelings, because there's a sentiment that this generation Not only just basketball players, but everybody is softer than the last generation. But let's stay focused on basketball. But what Jay Williams said, and I'm loving this, is really? What was softer than what you guys used to do? And let's talk about what they used to do. Anybody know why Michael Jordan and Charles Barkley don't talk anymore? Well, it's reportedly because Charles Barkley, doing his job, criticized his friend Michael Jordan on how he was being an owner for the Charlotte Hornets, right? And not a good one, and not in a good way, right? He criticized him. He just basically said, hey, dog, you're doing a bad job there. You're amazing in basketball, the GOAT, but in terms of you running an ownership group and being the owner of that team, not cutting it. You would think your friend will understand that and respect that, but obviously they didn't. They had a little back and forth, got on the phone one time. I think Jordan cursed him out, and that was it. To Jay Williams' point, he said, what's softer than two great basketball players and great friends actually never speaking again for like a decade going on plus because one of them criticized you, just talked about you, just got you in your feelings to the point where you called him, cursed him out, and never spoke to him again. That's pretty soft. Oh, y'all want more evidence? Y'all want more ammunition of the old school when they were, let's say, a little softer than they want to advertise? Do y'all remember when Magic Johnson and the Lakers used to play Isaiah Thomas and the Pistons? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. This is after tape delay, y'all, so y'all should be able to keep up with me and find this in the archives. Before the game, they used to meet like center court and give each other a kiss, like on the cheek, like really a kiss, like mwah, like you my dog, you my boy, mwah. Like they were saying with Baby and Lil Wayne, but a little different. But they were basically saying that, like mwah. You imagine now if you saw two players center court and they kissed each other, what y'all would say? We didn't say much back then. Why didn't we say much? Well, obviously we didn't have any social media. What else? Well, we only had 3 channels, damn it. It's like we were never overexposed to these guys. So the limited time we were exposed to them, we didn't really think that much outside of what we saw. We were so matter of fact. Oh, man, that's his boy. So much that they are giving each other love, and then they're going to go out there and kill each other. That was the narrative that was sold, and that's what we believed when we saw that. But because now of the overexposure of these guys, think about it. You see a guy walking into a game now, he got the purse on or the man bag, whatever the hell they call those things. And then he wearing all these designer clothes, and they got ruffles on them and flowy beads and stuff. And then he just, he fashionista, right? Then he goes out there, warms up, and sees his boy from AAU he ain't seen in a couple months. Oh, what's up, baby? How you living over there? Mwah. What would y'all say? Little different, right? So I think the overexposure gives us more color to exaggerate what these things are. Or back in the days, not even think twice about it, right? What about Jordan? And everybody talking about, oh man, he was such a killer. Yeah, he was on the court, but he also was nicer off the court. Used to have the gambling sessions, the parties and hanging. Who you think he was gambling and partying with when he went on the road? The other team. And it's been documented. Like, yeah, oh, no, he did it because he wanted to play mastermind games on them. When he's playing poker at 3 a.m, he's really trying to tire them out or he's trying to read their psyche. Yeah, that's the only reason he partied with them. And now, if a guy goes out with another dude from another team, one, TMZ gonna catch him, paparazzi gonna catch him. Look at these guys the night before a game, supposed to be competing the next day. Damn it, and they're out there just playing and hanging and partying together. No loyalty, no respect for the game, no respect for competition. See how this all comes together? Back in those days, those dudes, man, they used to do the same damn thing, if not more, because there was less to cover and there was less to get them caught up. So they were able to control the narrative much greater than these athletes can today. Therefore, my conclusion is, they're not softer right now. They're just more exposed, so we're taking more shots at them, which is allowing us to say they're soft for doing the same damn things. It's crazy. Like, I see Draymond Green all the time. And I know his game, right? And we know his game. He's going to try and get under your skin, at the same time be a little more physical than the average bear out there. And he's going to help run the offense. And he's a tremendous asset, even greater off the stat sheet, right? And then I'm like, oh, man, but people say, nah, man, Oakley and those guys, Mason, Lane Beer and Kurt Rambis, they were tougher back then. Really? Were they tougher? I always look backwards and to yesteryear. When I hear someone say they're tougher, I'm saying, well, you get tough when you're limited. And when you're physically not as skilled as the average Joe, guess what you do? You go to other measures. That's what Draymond Green does in this era. He knows he can't jump out the gym. He knows he can't shoot from three like Steph. He knows he can't do all these things highly pitched. But add a little of that hot sauce, my mindset, my heart, and now I'm a tough guy this era. That's what those dudes were doing back then. They couldn't run the point. They couldn't do all those things. They couldn't shoot out the gym, right? So they start being tough as well. Y'all starting to see this for what it is? Tomato, but they both are the damn same. So next time you start clowning this generation, just make sure while you got your Jordan suit on and your J's on, that you're not just being biased, not just being a homer to your generation. Respect these new dudes as well. Coming up next on Never Shut Up, it's full episode time. Oh, it's time to get raw. It's time to get real. We are going to talk about Andre Drummond and mental health. Oh, we got some Wileyisms. We're going to sprinkle one in this one. He is now off social media and he changed his phone number. Woo! Was that the right move? Let's talk about it next on Never Shut Up on Brinks TV. See you tomorrow, Reach TV. Welcome back to Never Shut Up. It's your boy Marcellus Wiley. Time to talk real, time to talk raw. Full episode time. All right, let's get into this story right here. I think this is where sports intersects life at its finest. NBA player Andre Drummond, now the world don't move. Oh, sorry, just can't help myself. Is going off the grid to improve his mental health, saying he's quitting social media and changing his phone number to free his mind. All right. Chicago Bulls center was open with his struggles to his 840,000 Twitter followers on Tuesday, calling on anyone battling similar issues to seek help, just like he is. Quote, deleting all my social apps, my management will take over, Drummond said, also changing my number. Time to focus on my mental health. If you too are struggling with your mental health, you are not alone. It's okay to ask for help. Andre spoken out about mental health awareness previously and shared his path to wellness in a video with the National Basketball Players Association last year. Drummond said at the time he used to focus on the wrong parts of life and allowed his daily experiences to stress him out. But once he started to take time for himself, he saw positive changes. All right. Woo, a lot to digest right here, a lot to talk about. I want to applaud him for the efforts he's taking for his mental health. I understand that his mental health is now being prioritized, which will make you think, was it prioritized before, right? We have to talk about mental health in different terms because I think we disassociate mental health with actually physical health. But there are a lot of parallels. There are a lot of things in common we need to take from our physical health to our mental health. Andre is highlighting that right now. The first thing you have to understand with mental health is you have to exercise mentally. You have to actually make your brain work the way you want it to be. You have to actually put it in spaces, give it the proper energy, give it the proper attention for it to be a healthy brain. healthy mental outlook, right? A lot of times we don't think that way. We think physically, got to go to the gym, got to eat right, got to do all these things, right? And then you talk about mental health, people just say, I just don't feel good. Well, you wouldn't feel good physically if you didn't work out. You wouldn't feel good physically if you ate bad all the time. You wouldn't feel good physically if you didn't rest and recover, correct? So there are actual practical steps that you must take for your mental health to be at its best. And that's what we're going to discuss. In all fullness of what I heard from Andre Drummond and what he's been dealing with, and he's been through this before, repeatedly it sounds like, right? So he's done with social media. He's done right now with people calling him, he's going to change his number. I think this is a mistake. Let me tell you why. Whatever floats your boat to get you to your destination, I get it. I am not here in that condemnation. I am here just saying you're addressing the symptoms and not the illness. Social media is not the problem. Your phone and who has your number is not the problem. The problem is your response to social media. The problem is your response to those who you're talking to on your phone. Think about it. And social media is a mix between people you know and many more you don't know, whereas your phone should be just the people you know, right? So already we're seeing a contrast. He's looking at one thing that's private, and that's still an issue. But then the public sphere, he also has an issue. So guess what? What do they have in common? Andre Drummond. Because no matter where Andre Drummond goes, there you are. That's that old expression, right? Wherever you go, there you are. You can say it's social media, but that's you, Andre Drummond, with social media. You can say, oh, it's my phone when I pick it up, but that's you, Andre Drummond, picking up your phone. I have different experiences with social media. I have different experiences with my phone, just like all of us, right? So are you running from your problems, or are you confronting your problems? By saying, I'm going to get rid of, you still haven't addressed the issue at large. It's the old saying, it's the Wileyism for you, right? You have to look in the mirror, not out the window. And right now, you're looking out the window and you're saying it's social media. You're looking out the window and you're saying it's my phone. You could keep going. It could be people. It could be anything. But really, wherever you go, Andre, there you are. So let's talk about the real illnesses instead of just all of these different symptoms. I have some anecdotes that I tell my wife. Like I said earlier, she's more sensitive than me, right? And that's not a bad thing. It's just, okay, you know who you are. Let's make sure that we properly give you resources so you can be your best version. Same with me. All right. One of them is count those with you and not against you. Count those with you and not against you. Been a Wileyism before. Why is that important when you're going through social media? Because the typical social media consumption goes like this. You post something and you check in to see who like it. You check in to see what they saying. Is it popping? Am I viral right now? And all of those comments, you see my finger? Those are positive. Or they're just neutral. Whatever. Yeah, they like it. Oh, it's cracking. Oh, it's good. Dopamine. And then someone says, hey, bum, you should be focusing in on the game. You looked horrible last night. Nobody cares about your stupid posts. How many times have you done this and hit the brakes when that tweet right there is directed at you? I'm assuming it happened to Andre Drummond many a times, dozens of times, hundreds of times, thousands of times, right? And all of a sudden, you stop counting all of those thousands of comments that were for you, that were supporting you. You're a beast. You're hilarious. What a post. Retweet, all of those, whatever. You're not counting them. But the ones against you, you're counting. That puts you into a negative space, right? That is a bad rep. Those are bad repetitions in the weight room in terms of your mental health. You are not helping yourself. Count those with you and not against you. Another thing that takes me to is where Bill Belichick explained the game of football and really the game of life. Let's talk about it. He said more games are lost than won. And when he said that, I was like, mind blowing, brother. More games are lost than won. Basically, in layman's terms, he's also saying You give away your power more than people take it. Right? You could have won the game, but you gave the game away. That's why you lost. They weren't better than you. They just capitalized on your issues, on your mistakes, just like in life. You over here scrolling, being vulnerable, giving them your time. See, people don't understand. The first level of social media experience is time spent viewing, engagement. Even if you act like I ain't tripping, who cares? Oh, I love this. Whatever your response is, you are giving it your time. And that's the most important thing we have, right? Be real. Money comes and goes. Time is gone, it's gone. Ain't no coming and going. It's gone, right? So they got you already hook, line, and sinker as long as you have the app open. But there are healthy ways you can navigate through all the pitfalls on social media. So don't give away your power. Don't give away your positivity. Don't give away your positive energy. Because guess what? They can't take it unless you give it to them. I thought that was amazing as well. Here's some simple, you could give it to a youngster, a teenager, whoever may be on social media to help them navigate through it for a positive experience. Because, as I say every show, I love the comments. And some of them are not flattering, but you ain't messing with my energy. Let me tell you why. Don't respond to negative comments. Number one, don't respond to them. If they're negative, do not respond to it. Almost look at it like someone has a rope with poison on it, and they're throwing it at you, wanting you to grab the rope, but you're not grabbing the rope. You're grabbing the poison. That's what they're trying to do. You don't respond to that. You can read it, but don't respond to it, because all of a sudden, now your energy is engaging with them. And trust me, that won't end well. Even if you get the last laugh, or, oh, Marcellus Sundom, or how much time is spent for you to write it, edit it, rewrite it, edit it, rewrite it, send it, delete it. You know how the game goes. All of that. And you're doing that in a negative place because you're responding to something negative. Y'all remember in math, you have, what's 1 times 1? 1. What's 1 times a million? A million. What's a million times -1? Negative, right? That's what happens. You get into that process of engaging with a negative, the whole thing becomes negative, right? Number 2, don't clarify things that people misconstrue. This is the tricky one, because a lot of times you'll say something and people will read it the wrong way. And here you go, comment by comment, trying to correct them. No. I mean, no. You're wrong. It's this. And all of a sudden, someone who may be thinly veiled in a negative way, but try to put it out there like a little teaser out there. Like, man, what you talking about? It meant this. And now you are saying, no, it meant this. And here y'all go. Because he knows what he is saying. He knows his stance is opposite of yours. And here y'all go. Even if you get the last laugh, how much time you just done spent with one person who probably had a negative foundation in the first place? Those simple antidotes, those simple tricks will help you not only enjoy social media, but at least stay on it and not condemn the entire experience because you can't handle it. But I will say respectfully, all of us are different, correct? We all have different levels of strength. I used to bench press 495 pounds. That's impressive, but not as impressive to somebody who bench presses 500 or more pounds. They're like, dog, you can even put 5 more pounds on there? I actually heard that from Larry Allen. He was like, you couldn't put 5 more pounds on there and bench 500? Actually, I couldn't. That was my limit. So now let's make sure we translate that to mental health. Sometimes you know when you reach your limit. Hey, 495 is all I got mentally on social media. Respect to you. But I think these antidotes will work. It's just about how you involve yourself and engage yourself with social media. And I think that's more at play than all of a sudden just saying it doesn't exist or getting rid of it and come back in a healthier mindset. But what's going to happen then? Just like what happened the last time, unless you fix the illness, not just the symptoms. Love that conversation. Going to be in these comments because I can handle it to see where you guys take it. How's your social media experience? Be real about it too. I want you to be vulnerable in these conversations. Is it getting to you? Or are you one of those guys like, I'm in, I'm out? Or are you one of those people like, I really enjoy it. I need it. It's a part of my daily existence. Whatever it may be, I think it's for the positive. I can send information to Japan right now and they get it and then return it in a second. This is the biggest group text ever. Do I want to go back to the way I grew up where, look at MJ. Look at MJ. Here, auntie. Here, uncle. Got to send them all one by one. Or I'm like, here's the blast for the world to see. Or I can make it private, whatever it may be. Here's MJ. And thousands, millions of people can see it all with one push of the button. I do not blame social media. I do not blame the telephone, especially the telephone. Who the hell calling you, making you feel bad? You need new friends. Forget a new phone number. You need new friends. And that's my point. Respectfully, I say this. Stop looking out the window and let's look in the mirror. All right, y'all. Y'all know how we end every show with a Wileyism, baby. Wileyism. Oh, man, right here, a little froggy, but I almost got it out. Here we go. If you live by others' praises, you'll die by their criticisms. Right on time. Andre Drummond. Now the world don't move. Come on, Andre. You know how many people love you? How many people cheer for you? How many people think you're amazing? I'm one of them. I think you're a beast. You know why? Dog, you're living out a dream. You're living out a dream. There are so many people saying, go, Andre, go, Andre, go. But you're counting those who are not. Why? Because if you live by other people's praises, oh, you're going to die by their criticism. So be careful, man. If you're going to ride the highs, be prepared to ride the lows. If not, stay within, brother. Stay within yourself and know that your inner power is stronger than any outside circumstance. I am a huge believer in that. Don't make me start preaching and testifying up here about everything I want on the outside I already possess in here. And all I got to do is manifest it, right? So I want you to understand people out there, because a lot of times people pump you up. You know, you got on your fresh outfit. It's time to go out, right? And then your boy's like, damn, dog, you killing them. Where you get those, right? And you're like, And everybody feels that bump when they hear that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But then there's going to be a time, since you committed to that. You committed to that making you feel good. Oh, it's going to be a time when your boy like, what are those, right? What are those? And then you're going to feel like, even though you're going to clown back, you're still going to feel a little less because you're like, damn, you thought you were popping. And they over there shooting back. Man, you look a mess. That's why. If you live by others' praises, you'll die by their criticism. This is a paraphrase of ye judge, ye shall be judged, basically. There's nothing wrong with judging, y'all. I hate when people say, why are you judging? I was like, because I can. Even God said I could. Like the universe says I can. It just said, if you're going to judge, you in the game now, you're going to get judged. And I'm all right with that. I got my pads on. Let's go to war. So people, stop misconstruing stuff. All right? Stop lying and over there plagiarizing my Lord. If you want to judge people, it's all good. As long as you know that boomerang coming back at your ass. So if you live by others' praises, you'll die by their criticisms. That will do it for today's testifying statements on Never Shut Up. Boy, we got into it. I love this show. Preach, Wiley, preach. Oh, so much fun on Brings TV and Reads TV. Y'all know where to get your merch. I know y'all see this hydration situation. I had a problem last night. Had too much anejo. Oh, I got into the zone. Then I ate them Cheetos, all bad. Love you guys, man. MarcellusWileyShop.com, BringsTV.com. See you tomorrow. Peace.